Hello, hustlers and entrepreneurs. Welcome to another episode of Real People, Real Business. On today's episode, I have a lovely gentleman here with me. I say gentleman, but he is the cruiserweight boxing world champion. He's also an author, a published author, and a fitness model. His expertise is boxing and fitness coaching, and he's worked in the UAE. Rolly Lambert, welcome to Real People, Real Business.
Thank you very much for hosting me. Izu, man, this is a great opportunity for me and I'm honored to be here.
Fantastic. No, it's my pleasure having you on the podcast to tell us your story and to tell us your learnings and how, sharing your insights with our viewers. So, but I want to start at the beginning. You are the current cruiserweight boxing world champion, right?
WBF.
WBF, fantastic. I know there's so many different federations, so we need to be specific about it. And you've had a few other titles that you've won across the years. So you've been fairly successful as a boxer. But I want to start at the beginning. What first got you into boxing? Like why boxing? I box a lot. I was an amateur boxer. I did it for fun. I never turned professional because I just thought education, academics, and career was the way to go. But why did you go into boxing?
I started in the nursery school. I went to school at 5 years old.
Okay.
And then after 1 year or two, we had this separated gang, the rich and the poor.
Okay.
So me being from the lower class, I used to admire this guy. The head of the gang, one day he beat me up. He took my food. And I felt so embarrassed not to be able to defend myself. But then I had to live with it. And then a few years later, I had to catch him. We met in the street somewhere. He was going somewhere. I was going somewhere. He remembered me. I remember him. Silent code. But then I had grown up, and then I fought him. I beat him with some good combinations. Hook, uppercut. Now later on, I went on to join a gym. I had to fight some guy to defend myself. I mean, I wanted the gym to be able to defend myself.
Right.
Now, they presented me to a guy who was 2 years old, experienced than me. I was just 1 week. So we went in the ring. Pow, 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 pow. Left and right, I beat him up. He quit. So I said to myself, I think I can do this. And the coach said, you will be champion.
Okay.
Don't quit.
Fantastic.
That's how it started. And I went on till today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started boxing from a need, from a tough background, a need to defend yourself, a need to protect yourself.
Exactly.
And then you then kind of, okay, I'm going to go into the gym, and then you kind of found out you had a skill for it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fantastic, because I had a similar story where I didn't get beat up. Did I get beat? No, I don't think so. But I remember my first amateur fight. I was fighting for my university. And, the guy I fought against, I was 1 year into boxing. I think 6 months to 1 year into boxing. So I was very fresh. And this boy had been boxing for 11 years.
Oh.
Right? They start young, from 10 years old. And he'd been boxing for 11 years, and we had that fight, and I came close to winning the fight. In fact, his father, who was his boxing promoter, came up to me and said, I lost the fight on points, but he said, listen, if you had won that fight, I would not have faulted you. Like, I thought you won the fight. And he gave me his business card and said, if you ever want to become professional, call me. I'll promote you. And I looked at that. I had that card sitting on my table for like 2 weeks, looking at it and trying to make a decision. Do I become a professional boxer, or do I finish my university degree and take a career? And eventually I decided to go with my university degree. But I've always been in love with boxing since then. I still spar to this day, even though I'm getting old. So I understand how we find ourselves in that position. But when you started and the coach said, like, yeah, there's a talent for you, how did you then continue down the path of boxing? Because it's so easy for some of us to fall off that path and just lose the discipline.
Yeah, once the coach said it, it was like a boost, because the first step for me going there was to be able to defend myself against these bullies, those people who believe they own the society. So once the coach said this, after the result I got that same day, I said to myself, I'm not going to quit. No matter what, if I keep doing it, those guys who bully me outside, they hear that I'm doing well, especially that I beat the big dude, they will respect me. So I kept on pushing. And it became like, I think I want to do this as a sport for myself and as a passion.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so boxing is a sport that demands like a lot of discipline and a very strong mindset. You got to be able to kind of perform under fire.
Yeah, true.
So how, you've kind of, how did you navigate all your fights to become a champion? And not just in the ring, but also you have a fitness business, you're a fitness coach. How do you balance all these challenges? Has boxing helped you have the mindset to do this?
I would say boxing has amplified my mindset, because already I cannot say it was a disadvantage, but it was a great advantage for me being born in the lower class. So this blessing shows you that you need to, if you really want to get out of there and change your situation, you will have to be disciplined, unless you end up maybe being a pimp, being a drug dealer. You need discipline. You need to go straight. Then when I get into boxing, I realized that, this mindset I've been building on is helping me by the guidance of my family, parents, of course, the priest. Like I used to go to church every time, listening to the monks. And boxing amplified what I had as a base. I realized that that's what you need to be a boxer. So then boxing kind of brought it out full scale. Yes, I take it into my writings, I take it into my coaching to other people. That's the mindset that I transmit to them. Yeah.
Okay, and let's talk about the coaching side of your business. How did you move from focusing on yourself as a boxing champion and your fights, and then I'm going to start training and coaching people? It seems like an easy transition, but have you found it easy to sort of build that brand as a fitness coach and a fitness model as well? Because you do a bit of modeling.
Yeah. People tell me I look good. It's flattering. Now, how did I do it is that in first place, I had to be real, be myself. In a society where celebrities are, I would say, commanding and leading the way, paving the way, imposing a certain way, social media also, I had to be my real self, not trying to be someone. I had to present what I believe did work for me, so this is what I present to a client. And when I write a verse, this is from personal experience. And when I prepare myself as an athlete, I base myself from my past and say, hey, you don't have to fail. If you fail, it's a failure for you and for other people who have been looking at you as a role model. So I bring this mindset all together and put it as a daily habit or routine that reflects on me. When I speak to someone or when I train, or maybe I may post a video, they see that it reflects what he says. And the way that we see him in the gym conduct himself, that's exactly who he is. So I had to be me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So being authentic and being yourself and just trying to kind of portray who you really are.
Exactly.
And you take that same spirit in with when you're training your customers or when you're training other people in the gym.
This is, I've made it a routine. It's a second part of myself. Whether you be a customer, whether you be someone who just need help, because me personally, I don't always look about making money, or I look about investing and making relationship. If I can help you for free, I will be happy to do it. Because for me, I think conquering a heart is the greatest investment then. So it's a habit. You need to reflect it, not just I don't just say, I live it and I implement it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So apart from being a boxing champion, apart from the fitness side of things, you're also a published author. You've written 2 books, so you're ahead of me. I've just got 1 book to my name. So you've done well there. You've got copies of the books here. So if you just, if you introduce them to me, and I'd love to find out why you wrote this book. So this one is Light Your Inner Spark for Days of Grace. This looks like an easy read. And the other one is for orphans, lost children, youth, and whom it may concern. So why did you write these books? What's the story behind them? What are you trying to convey to the world?
Why did I write the books? Thank you for the question. It started in my high school. Just a year before going to university, we had the Commonwealth Day. In the Commonwealth, because I'm fundamentally a French speaker, in the Commonwealth Day, the French-speaking students or schools have to do everything in English. Whether you like it or not, everything has to be in English. The teacher must try the same. And the governor, the mayor, all this high personality has to come and visit. So the principal said, Rolly, you're the best student in English here. I need you to make a real good speech. I kind of scratched my head. Like, how am I going to do it? I've never done that. I don't know how to do. I wanted to refuse.
Yeah.
But he insisted. And then I have the fear and the excitement also.
Okay.
Then I went back home. The night was blank. I didn't sleep.
Yeah.
But then I was able to come out with the idea of, if I can take our national anthem, and Barack Obama, that was 2008, 2009. Barack Obama just became president, and he has the slogan of, yes, we can, yes, we can. So I draw up something, a speech writing that was related to, how about we stop wasting our time, listen to these teachers, read our lesson, and be the best student of our generation. And then I write down, repeat after me, yes, we can. How about we become good kids at home, obeying our parents, to represent them and make them proud in the future. Yes, we can. I kind of drew up all these moral values and principles that I had been taught by my parents and my grandmothers and stuff. I made it a speech.
Okay.
And the day I read the speech, everybody clapped.
Okay.
The principal stood up, the governor stood up, and then the principal later on invited me in his office. He said, you have a gift. You should think about it. Because I've been following your English test, report, everything. That's why I told you to write the speech, and you are doing well. You have a very good gift, and you have the obligation not to let it slip from your finger. Nurture it and go. So I had this in mind. Here and there, I will write some stuff. I will write, but just for the fun of writing. Later on, during COVID, actually, there was a lockdown. Boredom, nothing to do. I started writing. I had the flow. I wrote. It was looking good to me. Then I had some friends say, read this. What do you think? Oh, bro, you're writing good stuff. Slowly, one of my friends convinced me you should make a collection and publish it. So I went in my notes, because I always write in my phone when I'm not at home. I went in my note, I kind of selected everything, and I approached Austin Macaulay, and then they accepted it. They say, oh, it's good, it's worth publishing, we will do it. So that's how it started. And I said to myself, okay, I'm going to do it. Right now I have more written, but these are the only 2 that I've published so far. But definitely more are in store for me.
Fantastic. So what are these books about? What's the story here? So Light Your Inner Spark for Days of Grace. What's that about? The orphans and lost children, youth, and who it may concern. I have an idea, but I'll let you tell me a bit more about these books.
Okay. If you take the back, they say, Light Your Inner Spark for Days of Grace, a richly concocted, heartfelt collection of inspiring, motivational, educational poems, beautifully written in a rhythmic style. It celebrates life's glorious beauty despite its difficulties and misfortune, and invite readers to work hard and never give up in any circumstances so that they can achieve their dream for better days. Okay. it gives you already an idea of what is inside. Basically, I go to the spot where I had not achieved my dream yet. I wanted to achieve something, and I put myself into the reader's head.
Okay.
What does he need to achieve his dream, his goal? You want to set up a business. You want to be a professional boxer, footballer. You want to be successful in what you do. What do you need? I put the words together with my creative imagination and my experience. I write. You should not give up. You know, if you follow on the track of going after women, you're wasting your time. You should not be envious, but use your envy, for example, to motivate yourself. Don't be jealous. Just believe that you can. However hard it gets, there's always a way. Just keep pushing. This is the kind of things that I write into it.
Okay. So the Light Your Inner Spark for Days of Grace is more about motivating people to achieve their dreams, right? That's fantastic. And what about the orphans and lost children?
Orphan and lost children, the topic says it all. Basically, in this book, I focus more because I lost my father when I was younger.
Okay.
It wasn't hard. Then I went to my uncle, who also passed away. Then I had to become my own father, my own everything, mentor. Now you are in a society where people come left and right. Some come like they want to help you, save you. But you agree with me, people don't always do things for free. Some come with like disguise, and there's always something underneath, especially for orphan. This is my experience.
Yeah.
And by the grace of God, I didn't fall into those traps. But the truth is, it is hard as an orphan.
Yes, of course.
Whether you have lost both parents or just one, it's not the same. Even the person who welcomed you in his home wouldn't treat you as your parent would, because they don't know you exactly. So based on that thing, the experience that I had, I decided to write. Here again, I sit down, you have poems, I sit down, like I would say, Father, where are you? Mother, where are you? I want to be where you are. Like, I feel that people don't understand me. I have things that I want to say, but I know they will not understand me the way you would understand me. So I write like this. In some other places, I write while we are sitting here talking, or while I'm sitting here writing this book, somewhere, some kid somewhere is getting abused, is getting used. He just got drafted as a gang member, not because he wanted to, but because it's so hard, he just wanted to make a way.
Yeah.
He had no choice. This kind of message, I bring people awareness to know what orphans, the poor, the lost children are going through.
Right.
For example, you eating the food there, you say the food is not so nice. You throw it in the garbage, fine. Someone somewhere is dying. I know by personal experience. These are the kind of things that I write in those books.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this sheds a light on your experience as an orphan, and also looking at the experiences of other orphans.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And you know, we spoke earlier, and you mentioned that, you know, coming from these books, part of your ambition or purpose is to help build an orphanage, to help these lost children. Can you just tell me a bit more about that?
Yeah, as I said, when you read this book, it's me trying to bring people to be aware of the reality of other people. When you are here complaining, you already have something to eat at least, but you're still complaining. Great, but how about you kind of be thankful and think about those other people who are actually suffering and dreaming just to be next to you, maybe to be your neighbor or somewhere. Yeah. So my ultimate dream, I've always dreamed about this. Of course, beside being a boxing champion, I've always dreamed of being able to have a center or an orphanage where I can help those helpless people or sponsor them in some way, that they could have at least each beginning of the year a school fee with the books, notebooks for free, uniform, something to eat, or they can actually have rooms where they can stay and have teachers, tutors. This has always been my goal. Okay. Something which I know is hard, but I believe You mentioned it last time. If I was meeting the right people, it would be possible.
Yeah.
It's definitely my dream, because my personal experience taught me that, man, these kids, it's crazy. You see people commit crime. You see a woman become a prostitute. Now, some do it for personal reasons, but some are actually tricked into doing those things they didn't want to do.
Yeah.
So if they were given a chance, if they had support, they would not do. This is what I've seen, I've experienced. They will not.
Yeah.
So I would love to be able to give them chances, to have opportunities, to have a better life.
Yeah, and I'm sure that you'll come to it. We spoke about this earlier, and I most of the time what it comes down to is funding. So it comes down to finding the right people. I think speaking to people who have a similar background, they'll get it. They'll understand. If someone has done well they were an orphan, but they've become successful. And I think if you're able to speak to them and say, we need the funding to do this for other orphans, even if you're taking 10, 15 kids off the street a year, with this funding from these people, if you can find 10, 15 people who can fund it constantly, who are doing well, and they can fund it every year, I think you can be on a path to sort of activating this and then helping these children, because I think even the smallest bit helps. If you can take 1 or 2 children off the street and give them a good life and turn their life around in 15 to 20 years where they become successful, that is the kind of story, just like yourself, that's the kind of story you want. And those kids can be the next generation that fund the next set of orphans until we can figure out this whole poverty thing issue. So definitely, I think, speaking to the right people, like I said, don't hide this light under the basket. Speak to the right people, get in the right networks. And in any way I can help to do that, I definitely will. Can fast track you to achieving this goal.
Thank you for telling me. When you tell me not to hide it, I always think that I shouldn't talk about it. But
talk about it.
It started in 2017. 2017, I just sat down and said to myself, okay, you were dreaming of getting out of there. You have the luck to get out of there. Now you are kind of fine. What about those who are behind you?
Yeah.
Have you forgotten them?
Yeah.
You guys used to dream together. Some of them are probably in prison now. Some of them are dead. What do you do, Rolly? Then I contacted a priest back home. I said to him, priest, go to any orphanage that you know. Not the orphanages of the city. There they have kind of facility. Go to really remote one and pick number 12 orphans. I want to take care of them from today. I want to make it my life challenge. And I want to grow the number.
Yeah.
So I started with 12.
Okay.
I funded their school fees and some little stuff just at my humble level. The number has grown.
Yeah.
And as I told you, I think I should do it. I will not stop. I will keep doing it.
Yeah.
If I could be able to say, okay, from my country, Cameroon, I'm now here somewhere in Kenya. I'm in Tanzania or Uganda doing those kind of things. Philippines, India, that would be amazing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So you already started.
I started it.
You're on that part. You just need to scale it up.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if one person can take care of 12 orphans, then how many can 50 people take care of? How many can 100 people take care of?
Yeah.
So definitely speak more about it. Definitely get it out there. I think it's an amazing story that you're already there. You're already taking care of 12 kids, and let me know how I can help. Absolutely.
You're already helping me with this, because when it goes on the social media, at least people will know, oh, he's not just a coach, he has this kind of, and I do it sincerely if you never told me, I wouldn't talk about it. I don't. I just, every money I make, I put 1% on the side. I say, this is not for me. Even if I'm broke dead, I don't touch that money. It goes away. That's what I do, and I want to do it more.
Cool, man. Yeah. Let's talk about how we can help with this. And I think it's an amazing purpose that you have there. Okay, so I'll just go on to my next question, which is around you're a boxing champion now, right? But boxing is not forever, right?
That's true.
So I think what I want to ask is, what are your plans beyond boxing? You know, when you can't be in the ring taking punches or giving punches anymore, because we know that day will all come. We know we'll get to a point where you're not as quick, you're not as powerful. Your lungs just don't want to be in the ring. Your endurance and fitness is like just your body's telling you you might have the heart, but it's not for you anymore. So what's beyond boxing for you?
What's beyond boxing for me? I've had this thought a lot of time, and it's haunting me. Because boxing helped me so much. All my frustration, my anger, when I go in the gym, I hit the bag and I feel okay.
Yeah.
But when it stops, what am I going to do? That's a question that I've been thinking about. And I would love to be having a place, beside having this center where I can help kids, I can combine it to a place where I can teach them to defend themselves. It's definitely like you have maybe a fitness center or boxing gym. And behind that, the main door is like a center where they get education, they get help. This thing will be me. Whether it's on the same spot or separated, yes, it will be really, these are the things I would love to do, transmit them. How do you get from poverty to achieving a dream? Not necessarily becoming a boxing champion. You want to be a successful business entrepreneur, footballer. There's a mindset that you need. You need to be fit mentally to get from where you are to go to where you want to be.
Yeah.
It requires a lot of things which I did apply with my experience in boxing, and I made it. If my career stopped now, I would say, yes, I had a dream to be champion, I became champion. Now, what are the steps that I did? So I would love to transmit that to those young kids so that he can take it in football, volleyball, business, whatever he wants to do, apply it, and it will work for him.
Yeah.
That would be definitely great. Of course, I would love to have an office where I can sit now and write my verses, like literally go. Yeah. Those are my plan.
Okay, no, I think so. It sounds like to me like you're trying to build this legacy where you can basically help these orphans get off the street, but you can also coach and teach.
Exactly.
Not just boxing, but the principles of boxing.
Yeah.
Because as brutal as boxing looks, there is like a code. There is a gentleman code. There's, you at the end of the day, after you fought with someone, you can still be friends. You got to learn. I always, when people who don't know about boxing ask me about boxing, I say boxing is like dancing while you play chess and you avoid getting punched in the face. It's more about the physical side is the footwork, moving around, learn to stay under pressure. But the biggest part of it is in the mind.
Yeah.
It's playing chess with your opponent.
100%.
How do I get hit? How do I hit and not get hit? How do I move around? How do I conserve my energy? How do I find his weaknesses? It's like you're constantly playing chess and you're constantly adapting. And I think these are, for me, I started boxing probably when I was probably about, maybe I would say 17. All right, 16, 17, which is kind of later in life for boxers. And just like you had a serious anger management problem. A lot of people will see me now and think you're the most calm person. And like you, I was bullied. If I go back now and think about it. But my bullying was maybe much more physical. Much more psychological. And being able to go into the gym and hit the bag and be disciplined and know, okay, you can't hit someone below the belt, or you can't hit when the bell has been rung, and you can't hit when the coach says stop, and you know, okay, you measure your aggression. This is where I'm supposed to channel it. I hit now. When they tell me stop, I stop, and you have to be okay with that. That started to give me control over the anger. It was an outlet, but it also controlled it. You couldn't go into the ring and start hitting an opponent before the bell rang. You had to, the coach was there, the referee was there, and you had to control yourself. You can't go in and start throwing 50 punches in 10 seconds because you're like, you can get one punch and you get knocked out. So you had to kind of measure that anger and control it and say, okay, 4 punches quite heavy, bang, bang, bang. And then I'm going to relax a little bit. And before you know it, the anger almost becomes a tool rather than this wild thing that you can't control. So this disciplines I took from boxing at kind of my teenage angst years, I've used them in life. Anybody that knows me will say you're the calmest person I've seen.
Bro, you look really calm.
Exactly. But nobody would know I had this kind of anger management problem because it becomes a tool. Like, okay, how do I take my anger? How do I switch it into something positive and use that energy for something positive? How do I use drive? How do I let the anger not control me? And I control it, and I use it as a tool. And so it also allowed me to be this calm person, because it's kind of like, you need to be calm. Like, you as a boxer, okay, as much as you may hate the other guy across the ring, assuming you do, but you have to be calm. There's a game plan, right? You can't just go through. So the chess side of it is what boxing has taught me, to control yourself, to have discipline, to navigate the world in different challenges. When the world is hard and you've taken a punch to the face, more or less, from life, but how do you go around it? How do you keep moving? That's and so question. I think that legacy you're trying to build, which is to help kids, especially young men to some extent, who are coming from these backgrounds, who have a lot of anger issues, who have a lot of challenges, who feel the world has disregarded them and left them behind, being able to control over that and be the right people, to not go into the gangs, to not go into crime. And they can use those skills in the corporate world. I've used those skills in the corporate world. I've been sometimes in boardrooms and meetings where people are speaking to me in a way that I know my 18-year-old self would have got up and slapped somebody. But I smile and I try and understand where they're coming from, and I try and keep the peace. And one of my ex-bosses said to me, sorry, I'm ranting on now, but one of my ex-bosses said to me, "You're the immovable object, because people come at you with all sorts of things, but you just you're a rock. You just stay there and it washes around you." And I take it as a compliment, because for me, again, I didn't want to be psychologically bullied, but yes, boxing has helped me achieve that. I don't think I would have had the same if I hadn't gone through it, and probably had as much success I've had in business and in career if I didn't have that mentality.
Guess what I say? In one of the poems in my book, I write, like boxing, life is rough, but it's a beautiful game to play. When you look at boxing is more than a sport.
Yeah.
It kind of combines every sport you want to mention.
Yeah.
Everything. You consider MMA, judo, karate, kung fu, all of this. There's a bit of it they bring into boxing. And what for you, as you did boxing, you want to be a complete boxer, you need to do every training out there.
Yeah, true.
Every training out there, if you want to be a complete boxer. And you check it out, there's no combat sport that goes as long as the boxing championship. It's 12.
Yeah.
Kickboxing, MMA is brutal. You see the blood, but it's short.
15.
Bro, boxing, it tests you.
Yeah.
You go in the deep water.
Yeah.
When you fall in MMA, they stop the fight.
Yeah.
But with boxing, it'd be like, you want to go?
You got 8 counts.
Are you sure?
And you get back up again. It tests you. That question, I've been hit with a punch, and I got dazed, and I think I was training for a fight with some professionals, and the guy took like 3 or 4 clean combination shots, all hit me at the same time, and I saw stars, and the ref gave me, this was inspiring, not even a fight, and the ref gave me, I was still within my first year of boxing, and the ref gave me an 8 count, or the coach gave an 8 count, and he asked, "Bro, do you want to go again?" And it's at that point that making a decision
is
the hardest thing in life, because it's like, yeah, do I want to go again? Is this time to swallow your pride?
Do I belong here?
And
That's the question.
Yeah, do I want to be here, or do I want to go and sit on the bench for 5 minutes and clear my head? Or do I? And then and so it pushes you to a point where you're like, man, I've got to find a way to survive, but I've got to do it under grace. That's the best boxers, the best business people do all those things under grace. You survive under grace, and then you thrive. So yeah, no, absolutely. It's like you said, it's one of the most complete sports out there. Okay, cool. So let me move on to the next question. So we talked about the fact that you want to build this legacy. We're helping kids. You want to train them, and then you want to do more writing. But where would you say you see yourself like in the next 10 to 20 years?
In the next 10 or 20 years, of course, I see myself white hair, white beard everywhere. But then mostly, I see myself having inspired and motivated so many young kids, because I think I have this lucky thing where I click a lot with little children. Yeah, I believe there's a kid in me that recognize other kids, or other kids recognize it. Honestly. And I do believe that's not something I want to take for granted. I want to make as much of it as I can by transmitting to them the value of obeying your parents, of respecting the laws at home, in the family. How do you really make your dream come true without hurting the other person or abusing the other person? Staying on the right track, doing the right thing, because this is what I did. Not compromising. There's so many ways of compromising, losing your integrity, just trying to do the like everybody does it, why don't you do it, this kind of thing. You should be able to say no, be able to say, hey, I'm a young little man, I'm not going to run after women, I'm a young little girl, I want to stay away from that man who shows me some bling bling thing. I want to wait. If he wants me, he has to wait and go see my parent the right way.
Right way.
This is what I see myself inculcating these kind of things in the head, because I believe society has gone depraved, man. Like, the morals value are dead. And then some parents actually be like, I did this. No, come on, don't talk about it. They kind of unspoken code where everything is allowed, man.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah.
And I believe the world is decaying.
Yeah.
And in the next 10, 20 years, I want to be like, man, this kid is rolling this company because maybe he read a poem of mine.
Yes.
Maybe I wrote something, or maybe I spoke to him and I trained him.
Yeah.
Right now, currently I have some in university.
Yeah.
And they keep in touch with me.
Yeah.
Say, I have some coaches here, but it's different. I just want to talk to you. Talk to me. Tell me.
Yeah.
So I feel flattered.
Yeah.
This is really, to be honest, we have dreams of, I want to invest, secure this. But no, for me personally, I want to be able to sit back, or maybe when I'm going to die, say, man, I've touched so much hearts in a good way.
Yeah.
I've impacted them.
Yeah.
I've impacted them in a positive way.
Yeah.
How to stand and be real.
Yeah.
I love this thing.
Yes.
Smile when you want to smile. Don't smile because you kind of like looking for something.
Yeah.
This is the stuff that I would love the kids to,
So being a mentor as well.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. All right, listen, Rolly, we're coming up to the end of this segment, but the last segment here is the segment we call Share Your Wisdom, and I have 3 questions for you. Yeah. So the first one is, what's the most surprising fact that you've learned about yourself? What do you consider to be success? And what advice would you give to others who have similar challenges to you?
First question, the most surprising things about me? I'm not sure you want to hear that.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. We're real people, real business. We do real talk
people,
here.
Real business. Yeah, let's keep it real, right? The most surprising fact about me is that I think of death every day of my life. I'm not scared to die.
Right.
Actually, literally, I meditate on it.
Yeah.
I went so far to sleep in a cemetery to feel how it is. Literally, that doesn't faze me. This is the reason why I say every day could be my last. So I do my best. If I hurt Izu, I make sure before I go away, or whenever I have the opportunity, I make peace with him. Could be through him or through a friend.
Right.
I will try to literally clear my mind for peace.
Yes.
I believe conciliation over confrontation. So for me, the worst thing I've discovered is that people are scared, but for me, it's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
We die.
So overcoming fear.
Bro, overcoming fear, death for me. That's the one thing that I feel comfortable about it.
Yeah.
Kill me, fine.
Yeah.
We all die.
Like, listen, I must admit, from a personal point of view, to answer to respond to your side of things, I won't say I'm afraid of dying. I'm afraid of a painful death. I'm afraid of that. If I was to just drop dead and die casually, okay, it's there. But a painful death is one. I'm afraid of losing functionality of my limbs. That's another thing I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of living that kind of life, and I know a lot of people go through that. But it's especially when I was younger, it was a fear that I had. What if I can't use my limbs? And it was a real thing for me. But like you, I don't really fear death. It's going to come to all of us. I just fear the journey towards death. Okay, cool. Let's. So, what do you consider to be success?
Let me answer you by something you just said now. You say you fear a painful death.
Yes. Yeah.
Now I'd say a painful death for me is you living a life. Not you, of course.
Yeah.
Someone who's watching me now living a life that he didn't want to live, but he's living it.
All right.
Doing a job that is, the job is paying you, but you don't love it.
Yeah.
You're wasting your time. You postpone your vacation, all of this. You wait to give someone something somewhere because you want to save more.
Mm.
Then if you drop that there, that's a painful day. You didn't reconcile with your brother or sister somewhere. They call you, say, Mom is dead. That is God. How do you live with that?
Yeah.
That's a painful day.
Yeah.
And if you are able to reverse and do things right, make peace every day.
Yes.
Living your dream. Living now and not wait tomorrow.
Yeah.
Be thankful, be grateful.
Yeah.
This is success for me.
Okay.
This
Cool.
is
That's another
this
way.
is success for me,
Another
bro.
way to look at it, man. I get it. Okay, so let's go to the second question. What you just answered the success question in terms of being able to live your life fully.
Right now.
Yeah.
But making sure the right way. Because they say YOLO, you do what you want now.
Yeah, but
that's
do the right way.
the right way.
Yeah.
Success. Being happy with what you have. Your salary could be, I don't know, whatever it is, but are you happy in the job? You are successful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're driving a car, whatever car is it. You have a phone, whatever phone it is.
Yeah.
But you are successful.
Yeah.
That's for me, this is how I see success.
Okay.
Yep.
Fantastic. And then the final question is, what advice would you give to others in similar position or facing challenges like yourself?
That question, I will say, know yourself. Know who you are. Because I always believe, born Christian, Genesis say you are made at the image and likeness of God. In the Quran says the same thing. For Muslim, I am a Muslim, I'm a Christian. I call myself everything. A Jew, if you want to. Yeah. Because God doesn't know all these differences. We created it and now we are divided. So for me, I would say know yourself. If you know that you are God, I know that when I see Izu, I'm not seeing God, but he's reflection of God.
Yeah.
I shouldn't hurt him.
Yeah.
I should not abuse him.
Yes.
I should treat him the way I want him to treat me.
Yeah.
When I do this, I will not fail in my business.
Okay.
My business will work. If now I treat Izu right, Izu try to take me down, the universe will pay him back. This is the advice I will. If you know yourself, know that you are a microcosm in the macrocosm of the universe. You can produce everything, but you want to have the right mindset and be positive in everything that happen to you. There's always something good in disguise that is coming.
Yes.
Positive. Do not fear. Fear is crazy.
It's a killer. Yeah.
Then you have to be able to share your willingness, your blessing. Have the willingness to share your blessing with everybody. What you have is not for you. You're like a caretaker of something temporary. You can say it's my money, it's my car, but no, you will leave all of that.
You never take it with you. Yeah.
Exactly. You came naked, you're going back naked. And then, of course, gratitude. Yeah. Every day, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for a new day. I see one thing with me, I don't compare myself to anyone. Even in gym, when the guy, bro, you did a good sparring today. In my head, I'm saying, did I learn something from that guy? Then I say, okay, I learned that I should keep my hands up. He gave me that big shot that shake my head.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for this session, coach. Thank you for inviting me for sparring.
Yeah.
Grateful, when I have a piece of bread, I'm grateful. Everything grateful. So this is the four I live by.
Okay.
Freedom from fear. Positive mental attitude in everything. And a willingness to share your blessing with others. And then gratitude.
Gratitude.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And you bring it up in whatever field you do, because I speak as a boxer. It's not for boxing.
No,
this is for life.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
This I apply it and
Fantastic. Rolly, so thank you so much for sharing your insights, your knowledge around discipline, your 4 tenets of life as well. I mean, it's really insightful to us. And thank you so much for coming on to the podcast. And listen, let me know about the orphanage and your vision there, and let's see how we can help.
Real
Okay.
people, real businessman. I'm so happy to be here, bro.
No, we're so happy to have you as well.
I'm honored.
Thank you so much.
Whoever's watching, man, this is the place. You have to you have a business and stuff. Come over, Izu will have you over.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.
A pleasure,
Okay.
Izu.
No worries, man.
Good to-
Cool.